Hey everyone, Jenny Ponzuric here. Another episode. And in this quick episode, I'm just going to share with you 6 tips for organization during the spring. So, as I'm going through these, I'd love for you to be thinking about which ones are you already doing, or if there are any of these new little nuggets that are going to help you get you to the end of this school year. All right, so let's get going. Tip number 1, as we all do, review any of those reevaluations that are due between now and the end of the school year. I know this point of the school year, many of us are very, very busy. Now, one of the things we need to be thinking about is the best time to send out that assessment plan if we are doing that for this reevaluation. But we need to really be thinking about what is the best time to send this, not just for our scheduling, but especially in cases when we have multiple other assessors that are involved. It is hard because we are doing so many different things, but we need to make sure that we're following through on any unsigned IEPs. We want everyone to have as much time in the timeline as possible to do that thorough and comprehensive updated evaluation. Tip number 2, schedule those meetings as soon as possible. Consider planning these meetings as soon as you have those assessment plans returned. I know many of you already have set on your calendar all of the reevaluation meetings. Some of you set that on your fall calendar, right? We have that for the entire school year. But definitely for any of those initial evaluations that are coming up, please do not wait until too close to the end of the timeline to get that on everyone's calendar. Make sure that we have enough time, and make sure that whoever's in charge of sharing that information with the family does so in enough time so that if we need to reschedule it, we have enough time and we can stay within our timelines. Tip number 3, in addition to scheduling any meetings as early as possible, really think about the testing time that you may need to be spending with your students, especially for those students who, again, may be assessed by multiple service providers. I don't know about you, but those moments where I'm calling to have the kid come on down to my office and the teacher says they're with a speech and language pathologist already. Oh, right? But that's the only time I was going to be able to work with this student today, right? So figure out the best way to collaborate with your other assessment team members so that as we have very limited time at this point in the school year, that we're not accidentally stepping on each other's toes. We do not want to evaluate students too many times during a day because then they're just so tired, they're not giving their best effort during the evaluation. Tip number 4, if you don't already have this on your calendar, this is a really good time to set up a regular, reoccurring time to review any open cases with the rest of the team so we can make sure that we're not missing anything that needs to be done for each of these cases, whether that's sending out rating scales. Again, determining when you're going to go observe, making sure you're not planning to do an observation when the education specialist is going to pull the kid to do the academic evaluation. Make sure that you have set aside all of the time on your calendar and have been collaborating on a regular basis with your team so that we're not accidentally, again, stepping on one another's toes as we're trying to all get everything done. Step number 5, or tip number 5, think of some little ways to motivate yourself through these next couple of weeks, right? There's a lot. This is known to be a super busy time of the year for people working in special education. Many of us have a lot of things to accomplish. So think about different ways to motivate yourself. That could be buying tickets for a concert that's coming up, booking a facial, just enjoying a meal with a loved one. Put them on your calendar so you have something to look forward to. We know summer will be here before we know it. Last tip for today, reassess your intentions to uphold any work boundaries you feel are really important, whether that's leaving at a specific time from your school sites, deciding when you're going to be working on reports and where you're not going to be working on reports, responding to emails. Are you going to be responding to emails on the weekends? Think about different boundaries that you can sustain and uphold for yourself to make this as best of a time as you can. Feel free to share those boundaries with the other people that you work closely with so that they're aware of any of these different pieces. All right. I hope these tips were useful for you. I will let you know that all of these tips are actually within our Prepared School Psych membership. Inside our community, we have an entire page dedicated to time management strategies. So in addition to these 6 organization tips, we have a number of other videos and handouts to help you with time management. So if you're interested in checking us out and you haven't already done so, please make sure to check us out. We are giving you access for free for 2 weeks, so you can go in and just look at all of the different resources, what we have for time management, and see what is going to be most useful for you to get you through these last couple of weeks. I will see you all later. Bye, everyone.